Ain't no last calls here.
Bar Talk with Jay.
Bar Talk with Jay. Yes. So please, give them opportunity to please you in today's civil world of chaos. Get your trash out your building. That's what we can do for you. But no further more, I have to say, Craftmatic in the building, baby. How you doing?
Man, I'm doing good. I want to welcome all of our fans to Bar Talk with Jay. Mm-hmm. And again, I'm Craftmatic. This is my boy Smooth Jay.
A lot of enthusiasm.
Yeah, man.
The girl ain't even in the building yet.
I don't need her, man.
It's hot to be here.
Anybody who know this show know he a troublemaker. He always starting trouble. I don't know why you start no trouble. I feel good because I feel good within. I don't need the exterior to make me feel good. So that's what we are all about tonight, is inspiring people through dialogue, healthy dialogue. And we've got some interesting subjects to bring up to you tonight, and we really want you to just kind of get involved with the show. It is about listening, but more importantly, it's about self-development. It's about hearing something, making a decision about it, figuring out how you're going to handle it, what you would do, bouncing our opinions off of your own mirror, and just getting more clear about life, both personally and professionally. So we're glad you're with us tonight, and let me welcome our primary host, Mr. Smooth Jay. How you doing tonight, man?
The only thing I can tell you, Craft Man, is I'm doing real well. Don't let the smooth clothes fool you. I'm just feeling good on the inside, and what I represent on the out is a small representation of how I feel. I feel good. One of the reasons why is happiness starts within.
Yes.
And I start looking at all my trials and tribulations, and I realize that's the smallest thing I should ever be looking at.
Absolutely.
I am to be learning.
Yes.
Not going back, repenting.
Right.
You do that once.
Right.
I'm going back, constantly looking, because you ain't really learning the lesson.
Yeah.
So you got to start looking at things in a different way, and you got to go with a higher power. Bring more healthier people in your life.
Yeah.
To bring more inspiration, because you can't just be sitting there stagnant, thinking it's gonna change.
Absolutely.
It's not. So again, I hope that's for somebody that really need it, because Kraft gave it to me a long time ago, and I want to make sure I move somebody else.
Yeah, I mean, I love that, Jay. You got to surround yourself with positive people, and if for whatever reason you don't have the ability to surround yourself with positive, motivating, energizing people, then you got to get into some energizing information. Mm-hmm. And that means you need to be learning how to develop yourself. We all have hurdles to overcome and mountains to climb, and there are all these little weaknesses and fears and doubts that are in our spirit that we got to tackle. We got to attack and move forward. So you got to learn how to develop yourself, and that's really what we stand for here at Bar Talk with Jay. Let's go ahead and start the night off with a short prayer. Would you like to do it, Jay?
I'm going to give it to you, man. I mean,
okay.
I'm dressed like I'm a preacher.
You are.
But I'm going to tell you, the words that you give the world, I always want to make sure I continue to share a positive brother there. And I'm telling you, if you didn't know Crab, please get to know him. This is a person that can change your life for the positive. I know I watch a lot of TV shows and they talk about Alana and all these other folks. But what I really feel like is what you do is more spiritual, close base to what we really need.
Yes.
So help them understand what you do. Craftmatic!
Right, all right. Well, listen, I just decided that, if I had the opportunity to pray tonight, that I would kind of teach you a little bit how to pray. And so it'd be a good, healthy idea for you to re-listen to this prayer, and maybe you'll get some good nuggets out of it, because my prayer is really just a talk with my Father, and not this extravagant set of words that's designed to change the universe. So let's just go down and humble ourselves in prayer. We bow our heads. Heavenly Father, we thank you for being with us tonight. We thank you for your almighty spirit and for your grace and your mercy upon our lives, for which we would not be here tonight if it were not for you. And so we ask, Father, that you would lead us and guide us in this discussion, and that you would lead and guide our audience, Father, to a great awareness, Father, of what their needs are and how to fulfill those needs. Tonight, Lord, we're asking that you would reveal our own needs to us for our lives and our future, and that you would give us the answers to fulfill them. And we know that your power is great and your word is mighty, and we ask, Father, that it be in us and in our spirits, and that this prayer become fully manifest right now as we speak it. We thank you, Lord. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Oh, Lord. Where the collection plate? I'm ready to donate. What we got?
I had to cut myself off a little bit, bro. I was finna go hard in the paint.
You know, just like most pastors.
Yeah.
I'm
going to put together a prayer, just a whole prayer dialogue, maybe about 30 minutes of just prayer, because it's something that comes, I won't say it comes easily to me. I spent many years praying for, 2, 3, 4 hours at a time, just really filled with spirit. And so now the words just come naturally to me, and which is basically the word of God in me, and it guides me in everything and every truth that I have and everything that I do. And so that's why I feel so fulfilled in my life, because I'm not worried about things and stuff and circumstances. I have the power to overcome serpents and scorpions, and it comes from my word.
Scorpions? Really?
Well, listen, whether it's a scorpion or whether it's a storm coming against you, you got to find a way to rebuke it. And that's what really the word is all about. So let's do a quick recap of last week's show. Wow, what a show.
Last week got deep.
Yeah, last week got really deep. So your partner is ready for round 2. Sends you to the bathroom to get protection, but you see herpes medication. You see some medication for STDs. And what do you do?
Just like I grabbed this paper, I might have to grab on this. we try to say, first of all, there's a lot of conversation that's not always being had. And when you jump into bed with a person very quickly without having a great conversation or any kind of conversation at all, and this kind of happens, you can't really go out there and act a fool, and you ain't really had no conversation with the person. You can just feel betrayed, but truthfully, you didn't do no homework.
Right.
You might want to know the person that you're laying next to, and if they left it out on the bathroom counter, it really wasn't like they was trying to hide it. It sounded like to me they was trying to help you out and realize you jumped into bed with somebody that you didn't really know all the things that they might have.
Okay.
Now, if you had the conversation, it's a different way to look at this because I don't know your situation. Had a conversation, you making sure that you and her are kind of just exclusive, monogamous.
Okay.
And she leave that on the counter, I'm going to go out there a little bit differently, okay? Because at this point, we done had this conversation and you trying to tell me that you done did something different than what you done told me.
Right.
Now, I do not condone violence, but I will tell you, your feelings can move you in a direction that I would ask you to grab yourself, hold yourself, and have a conversation other than violence, because that is not going to fix anything.
Right.
It's a situation where you have to go get checked.
Right.
And again, when these things come up, don't act like you're immune to things. This is how things get spread. Take the time to go get checked. And again, check the name on the bottle. Okay?
Yeah.
I'm just saying,
yeah.
It can be very ironic her friend's medicine is on her counter.
Yeah.
But it helps to see if you even know her name. So again, if you really out there doing the very most,
right.
you really can't throw a bottle at somebody and you don't even know the name was on the bottle.
Right.
So again, we trying to slow things down and make us be more responsible. It was jokes, we had fun. But the whole thing is, it's not about joking. It's about better understanding of what we're doing.
Right. Yeah, and it's really
everybody just want to call during the show. Stop it!
It's just about awareness. You might turn me down a little bit. It's just about awareness. A lot of times you hook up with people, you meet people, you have a good time, whatever, and you're not really thinking about circumstances. You're not really thinking about consequences. And so it's just an opportunity to talk about what's really happening in the world. They say 75-80% of all people have herpes in one form or another. There are two forms, and which means most people are infected, and that means most of the people you're going to meet are infected. And if you're not asking the right questions, you're going to find yourself infected as well. So it was just our opportunity again to just dialogue about it. I think we had a great, healthy conversation about it. The consensus is that I'm going to leave, and I'm going to leave quickly. I'm not going to stick around and ask a whole lot of questions, really not a whole lot of discussion. And most importantly, don't put your hands on anybody for any reason, because you're going to wind up in jail with an STD. Right?
Passing it on to everybody else up in it.
Oh, no, don't say that.
I don't want to say that.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
Just control yourself.
That's it. Control yourself.
And let's try to stop the spread.
Right.
Because again, we joke, we have fun.
Yeah.
But it's just to enlighten a painful situation that's going on.
Yeah.
So again, I don't want my laugh to be taken in vain, because again, these things are serious. And if you have something and you don't know it, take it upon yourself just because you out there and promiscuous. Get checked. Because you have an obligation to the public just as well, to yourself.
Yeah, and for those who have it and know it, you really got to give your potential partners an option. It's very important that you don't close the door on their option to say no. And if you were in their shoes, you would like to have the option. And if you have it, you probably wish that you had an option, with the person who you got it from. So let's be more responsible. Let's slow down a little bit. I say the way to overcome this is to start being interested in the heart of people. And I know that's extreme when we just coming from a sex talk. But being more interested in people will give you more time to figure out who they are. And sometimes you learn stuff pretty quickly that you can decide that, hey, this is not the person for me, I need to be in my life. And you can push them out without ever having to go through any nonsense. So check us out on bartalkwithjay.com. You'll also see us on Facebook. You'll see us on Instagram. You'll see us on YouTube. I love the format for YouTube. If you just type in Bar Talk with Jay, you'll see 40, 50, 60 of our shows. Just great information for you to be able to listen to while you're at work, on the way home.
And Spreaker the same way, audio, just in case you don't even want to see us.
Spreaker, yeah.
And all the ones that want to just find us out there, besides Black Planet and MySpace, that's old as all get out. Go to POF, that's right, POF, everybody be tripping. Hey, let me tell you something, this is about relationships, and we want to help define relationships today, and POF is just one of the platforms that allows me to be able to send out my show in a way that I can advertise. But I want y'all to realize that y'all are going through things, and this is what this show is about. Bringing up y'all topics and talking about some of the dating nightmares to make dating a little bit better. But again, it's up to you. Don't look at an app to fix a problem that you already know lies within you. Morals, values is something that you gotta hold. It's not about an app, because no matter what they say, it's how you respond. And that's why I use POF, because I want to make the dating scene a little bit better. But the only way it's going to get better is when you hold yourself better.
There you go. Hold yourself more accountable. And for those of you who are haters of POF, you just haven't been on it. I've met a couple of dozen. Very nice people. Professional women who are on top of their game, maybe have raised their families. Women right in my zone. They've already raised kids. They're not worried about babies anymore. They have their own homes. They have their own cars. They have their own lives. And they're inviting me to go to Costa Rica for the weekend.
What?
So
I ain't getting that. They ain't saying nothing like that to me.
Hey, you ain't swiping right on the right ones.
Oh, okay. I'm swiping to the wrong direction.
Yeah,
see, that's what happens when you ain't techno savvy. I just be stagnantly pressing the same. Let me tell you something. Probably because I ain't really looking like that.
Well, yeah, and it depends on what you're looking for. You know what I'm saying?
I'm looking
for a little.
I'm trying to get all the people to come here, but I ain't trying to get there. I'm just trying to get them here.
Let's go ahead and cover our quote for tonight. We got a few minutes before our first break. Barbara, who could not be here with us tonight, put this together. She does a fantastic job for the show, and we want to thank you, Barbara. Wherever you are, we know you're listening to the show tonight.
In Georgia.
And she put together this quote. It basically says, sometimes being understanding is more important than being right. Sometimes we need not a brilliant mind that speaks, but a patient heart that listens. Not keen eyes that always see faults, but open arms to accept. Not a finger that points out mistakes, but gentle hands that lead.
I'm going to say one thing. I don't believe a woman said this.
Yeah.
She must have read this out of the book or something. I'm telling you right now. Most women, man, boy, stop. maybe give me the business. Okay?
But listen, all they really want in the end is for you to hear them. They want to be heard, they want to be understood, they want to feel like they're loved on, they want to feel like you care. And when we listen, and men have a challenge sometimes with that, especially when we know you going to the left.
You can't come with that neck popping, head throwing, weave all around, killing us with my whole thing is
that's not
talk.
Yeah.
And understand that when a person is not listening, yelling does not make my hearing better. Guess what? Sometimes being quiet catches my attention.
Absolutely. See, I think what Barbara is really trying to get to here is that there's two sides of the house. Let's just talk about the leaders. There are leaders in the world, there are followers. The leaders, there are a lot of people who know that you know how to help them fix their problem. But they're not going to come to you because you fuss at them. And there's nothing wrong with fussing at them, but just realize that when you fuss at somebody, they're not receiving what you're getting, right? So what the person really needs is somebody to hear their story and then give them good, loving feedback. It's going to be okay. Put your hands on their shoulders, stroke their hair, give them a hug, hold them. They need to be loved. That's what this is all about. For those of you who are followers, when you need understanding, it's important that you realize that the leaders oftentimes don't want to hear that stuff, right? They want to hear that you're going to get up and go fight, and you're going to get up and go get it. They don't want to hear crying and whining and sadness and you can't do this and you can't do that and hear all of your excuses. Leaders are not going to listen to that. Leaders want to know what the problem is, and then let's have a healthy conversation about how you're going to fix it. And so there can be a meeting of the minds for those people who like to fuss or like to, try to fix people's problems by being the brilliant mind. That's not what they need. People need to be heard and loved and understood. And that's just a word to the wise, put the shoes on wherever they may fit, so to speak. But listening is one of the greatest qualities of humanity, and I don't think we do enough of it.
I agree. And I also say know your partner.
There you go.
Because one of the reasons why you ain't really listening because you really don't understand and you don't really know who you're with.
Right.
So let's back up, because normally when you met him, you communicated to him.
Mm-hmm.
You thought how she sat across from you. She looked so nice and smooth. And you put on your best, right? That's why I put on my Sunday best, right? Put on my Sunday best because I wanted to win her over. It takes that same drive to keep her.
There you go.
And listening is one of the drives that you took when you met her.
Yeah.
That you tend to leave off after you get her.
And it's going to, let's just face it, if you're planning on being in a relationship of any kind, the longer you're with them, the more difficult it's going to be to listen to them. It's just kind of the nature of relationships, because they're going to start to sound repetitive. They're going to start to sound controlling. They're going to start to sound like they want to manipulate the situation or tell you what to do. Just continue to listen. And hopefully you don't have to bite your lip. But listen, take it in, get the good stuff. They say accept all and choose best.
That is true.
That's the best way to handle it. So a great quote, and I think a great point to make for such a show. So I got a real quick segment here, and it's a little redundant from last week, but I just want to touch on it again. Why should we trust in God's power instead of our own power? I mean, simply put, God created the universe. I didn't, and wouldn't know where to begin. And this is really a lesson in leaning on the God's power. See, a lot of times we lean on our own understanding. We lean on our past experiences. We lean on what we think we know. And this is really a point for me, because I've had this awareness this week that I have been, to much of my life, leaning on my own understanding. And what's causing me to ask this question is that I'm telling myself that I need access to supernatural power. I need access to miraculous power and overcoming power that will destroy the mountains that I've had all my life. And so I'm asking God for more, and he's saying you can get more, but you got to lean on me more, because I know the way and I know the path, and if you lean upon me, I'll be your light. But if you let the world be your light, you're always going to be full of darkness. And so it's just been a great awareness for me this week that I really need to start leaning on God's power. And for that reason, I've gotten deeper into my word just this week. And it's already bringing out great manifestations in my spirit. I'm, overcoming some fears. I'm taking some extra chances. I'm working a little harder. And I believe that in the end, He's going to reveal my good, my blessings, my gifts. And if most of you have realized that any blessing that you ever really had, you had nothing to do with it. It came from a higher power, and that power is God. And so let's reach for the miracles. Let's reach for the great manifestations of life by leaning on His Spirit.
Ain't nothing else I can say on that one. This is the perfect time almost to go to break. But before we go to break, Crab, you got to give them this. And again, I'm going to have to ask Kraft to do it because a lot of people keep attacking me. And I think it's so unfair. We all please stop. What we do here, and a lot of people feel like, man, y'all are so spiritually driven. We going to stay spiritually driven. But some of our topics is about relationships and issues that no one else wants to address.
Right.
Okay? And a lot of people be like, well, that's not fitting for you. Don't tell me what's fitting when I'm here trying to give you a conversation that might save your marriage. It might save your daughters and your sons, because obviously you're too scared to bring them to the round table.
Right.
I'm not too scared to bring you a topic that I feel is worth you having a great conversation and spending it for your divinity.
Yeah.
Not mine.
Yeah.
This is not just about me. I bring my people together to give you something that you all can walk away with.
Yeah.
Heads up. Okay?
There you go.
So Kraft Mac.
And
I don't know how you're going to do this.
I like the way you set that up, Jay, and I want to just give a couple of words here as well before I introduce the topic. Just throughout our lives, right? I'm 49, Jay, you 48, right? Our era, we're hoping our audience is somewhere between the 30 and 70 range.
I'll take some 25.
Yeah, we'll take those too. But throughout our lives, we've all had an experience where when we look back on it, we say things got out of hand, right? Things got a little freaky that night or that day or with that person. And like being videotaped and, doing tapes and, all kinds of stuff, having parties with people, a lot of things happen. And so we know that it's happening for real in the world. If we can plant some good seeds while having a discussion about it, somebody's going to grow and maybe escape the wiles of the enemy. Somebody's going to benefit from this conversation, and that's the point to be taken tonight. Here is the topic. Your friends with benefits, perhaps, could be your spouse or significant other, just recorded you giving oral sex. Now, you're watching the video, and then at the end of the video, it flips to them having oral sex with somebody else because you made a tape over a tape and you didn't go all the way to the end.
Yeah.
And so now, right on the TV screen is blasted you and somebody else having sex or giving oral sex. What do?
Turn it off.
Stop. Hold on. Stop.
My bad.
This is one of those discussions where we have to think about some of the edgy stuff that we have done in life, and really determine, are we gonna ever do it again? Are we ever, was that a big mistake? Did it ruin your relationship? I mean, there's a lot of things to talk about in
you
this.
You didn't have another VCR tape that you could have put it on. I mean, I say, you didn't have a blank one.
I used all my blank ones.
And man, that re-record is a mother.
Right.
So again, what we're trying to do is tell y'all to stay tuned because we're about to go in on this one. I'm in again because I don't know how you will perceive this, but we're going to try to dissect it in a way that we're going to get a little education because bottom line, things are happening and a lot of people ain't talking.
Ain't nobody's talking about it. It's happening. Everybody's got a story, but nobody wants to talk about it. And so you folks stay tuned. We're glad you're with us tonight. This is Bar Talk with Jay, and we'll be right back.
He's made it in the building, y'all.
Welcome, Miss
Oh
AP.
my goodness, the show is on and rocking with my other co-host.
Right.
Woo, Crabmatic getting happy now, boy, I tell you.
There you
It's
go.
about to get turned on, but before I go any further, I got that person that look like him, but that's not him, that love AP too. Jamal, how you doing? It helps if we can hear Jamal.
Chirp, chirp, cricket, cricket. You with us, Jamal?
Man, I'm still here, man. What's going on, y'all? What's
Hey,
happening?
we can't call it, but we got AP that's still smiling for you, player. What you talking?
Oh, man, sexy. Sexy.
Hello, sir. How are you?
Man, don't even call me no sir. As beautiful as you are, you call me everything else. Anytime you want to.
Right, right.
Oh, Lord.
You can call him
I
out.
can get the handcuffs, you can call me the officer if you really want.
It's the officer. Y'all nasty.
That's
Right.
you.
Right about now, they ain't doing too well with us, so we don't like po-po.
Yeah, right.
So what's going on, Jamal? We want to know about these cornballs, man. We got to have more definition about why these cornballs exist.
Wow.
Why are we dealing with these inappropriate behaviors? Help us understand how we can keep our girls close to us to keep you away from them. That's all we want to know.
Well, you don't gotta worry about me coming at your girl, I think.
Okay.
Every time I meet somebody else is like me, but it starts off with listening. I had to learn it the hard way, but half your relationship joys and problems all start with listening. And your ability to listen to her. I don't care what you're talking about. You have to listen to her first. I
Right.
don't care if you knew that the whole house was going to blow in 10 seconds. It's going to be 9 seconds because she got to get her words out first. So whatever go down, just know 99% of it starts off with you listening to her.
Love it. We just got through talking about that. We just got through talking about sometimes being understanding is more important than being right. And in fact, that was our quote for the day, because oftentimes, especially in a love relationship, significant other, a lot of people feel so misunderstood, and that's only because your partner's not willing to listen. Sometimes you can just listen. In fact, I've had many customers that if they were just saying, rambling on for 10, 15 minutes, and all I'm saying is, yeah, okay. And as I'm listening to them, they're building rapport with me. And they're believing that I understand them now because they just had an opportunity to express themselves and share their piece. So we cannot say enough about listening. But it seems to be hard to do, especially with when you know somebody's spitting game or running nonsense. That's when, and
See, but there's a difference, though. See, this is where it really becomes a cornball, because it's like having your radio tuned to the wrong station. It's just not going to be what you want to hear.
right,
When a dude spits game, he has to be telling some level of truth, because you bought into it. So it's as much as a woman's fault about her getting played as it is about a dude, because if you don't see the sincerity in a man when he talks to you, well, then you are nothing more than the tool he uses you for.
okay,
That's why, like, when I talk to a female, I don't want no chick that I can run over, because point blank period, I'm going to run over. I need that woman that can legit call me out and say, baby, not tonight. I see what you're doing. No, man, I ain't in there. And just give me that look and just go, I see you. And say, I want that.
You want that,
I
okay,
want that woman to be able to see me, because that means that me and her, we tuned into the same station.
right,
If we're not tuned in, if we're not equally yoked, if we are not in the same, then it's just not going to balance.
yeah,
And
and
that's what leads a dude like me to come in on anybody's female. I mean, back then, though, back then.
right,
Back then.
right. And listen, I'd like to hear from AP on this, because I do believe that when a strong man or not so strong man gets a strong woman, he doesn't have his station tuned in to the right frequency. I think you said something profound there, because he doesn't necessarily wants to hear what she got to say, but she gonna speak her mind, and so he have one or two choices. He's gonna listen to
Being a strong woman don't mean that I'm not gonna listen to you. There's being a strong woman, and then there's being an overcompensating woman.
Okay. Go ahead,
Now,
AP.
I didn't hear that.
I'm good with the woman earning X amount and being driven. I ain't gonna lie, sometimes it's a turn on, because I really might be going, hey baby, y'all might need some help with this right quick. My pride and my ego not really gonna want me to, but if I can humble myself to come to you and talk to you, I gotta respect you as a woman, because a man is not supposed to go to a woman on how to be a man. You go to your bro about that. You go to, hey bro, man, I was trying to start this business, man, but it ain't even kick off. You go to your bro about that. Because at least you know your bro got your back. With a woman, it's a little different. Because when a woman earns X amount of dollars and she's this level of established, then that man's insecurities are damn. What's she finna say?
Now,
He's already in his mind prepared himself that, oh, well, I don't earn this, so she's not going to look. He done heard that before. I'm not saying that it's right, but there are women out there that because they're doing X better off than this guy, they feel like they can talk to him any type of way and make him feel less of a man. And the truth is, the only man they have comes with a battery. So it takes a woman being able to listen just as much as toning her voice down as it is a man to be able to listen.
Okay, let AP come in on that.
but I was going to say one thing before AP even spoke. One of the problems with men is you got to remember, we got pride, okay? Now, just understand pride and dignity is two different things, okay? So sometimes you got to put your pride to the side.
Right.
But my dignity is my character and myself. This is me. And that's why I can still go to her. And that's why a lot of men have that battle. Because you won't let your pride down. But you got to understand the road you're going down. And there's some time that you got to let some things go. Because if they can help you, besides her being a woman and you have a problem because you always go to your boy because you're being closed-minded. Help is help.
Right.
God made women for a reason because he made us incomplete for we can be complete.
Yeah.
And your pride gonna keep you broken.
There you go.
That's why he took something from you.
There you go.
Get that piece back.
Yeah, that's just a lot to unload. This is a lot to unpack. So I find it interesting that if the comment that he made in reference to if a chick makes so much money, then I guess the assumption was that she was making more than him or whatnot, and so he automatically assumed that she was trying to chump him just based off of that one fact. That's a total misconception. I think that just shows me the lens that he's looking through.
Okay.
My income ain't got nothing to do with the roles in this relationship.
It shouldn't.
It doesn't.
Thank you, Craig.
It shouldn't.
Because as a man, you know what I'm
I
talking
think that,
about.
but the thing about it is that I think men automatically assume a chick is trying to chump them just based on the fact that she makes more money than him, and she could just be asking a simple question. It's not that I'm chumping you. So the fact that I can ask a question making $250,000 and I can ask a question making $40,000 a year, you would take that same question and perceive it totally different just based on my income? Really?
Watch this, AP. Crab.
Yeah.
Bone. Do you know the type of woman that I'm talking about?
Indeed I do, my friend. Indeed I do. And so,
Bone, do you know the type of woman I'm talking about?
Hold on. I had to walk away to get some quality of sound better. Yes, I know exactly what you're saying. That's why I told you about the pride thing on the up front. I got you.
Now, AP, watch this now, love. You just happen to be that one gem. That again, I say, I don't understand how you ain't got woo, cause boy, who. You just one of them rare ones. But there are women that we know, not saying all of them,
right?
But we know those that because they're established, they measure themselves on this comparison. Well, my man needs to have X, Y, and Z. Otherwise, he's not a man. Otherwise, he can't do nothing for me. So what do I need with it?
yeah.
there are women that think like that.
Yeah.
And they have such a difficulty in communicating with men that they come off this way.
Right.
You remember Deliverance from Evil?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you in the beginning, oh, you don't have this, you don't have that. She held into a standard off rip that if you're not this, you're a failure.
Right. Right. And listen, that is a common attitude among very successful women. And maybe they kind of stage themselves that, you know, maybe men are less important once they have their independence. I don't really know.
That is so far from the truth.
But see,
oh
what we're talking
I guess my question.
Hold on.
Here's my question. Here's my question: is how much of this is perceived? Like how much is this your perception versus reality? Like, have you ever had like out of all these chicks? Have you had a chick just be like, well, I make more money than you, so I mean.
No, see, listen. They don't say
unless okay, so if they don't say it, how are you assuming it?
We're not assuming it. We can clearly see it.
Watch this, AP. Do you know that type of female action job was the current or past?
No.
And now that she got a little bit more that she feel like she could critique every little thing that you do in your position. You remember that type of female that, her hair cut short now, so she thinks she the boss lady, running around with her little.
I mean, I know
this certain type of female you just know, like, yep.
Yeah. I know men like that too.
And listen,
I know dudes like that who go from being in the mailroom to get a little position, and all of a sudden it's.
There you go. That's the same thing that we're talking about. That's what we're talking about.
Okay, gotcha.
And you know, maybe it's normal for a man to kind of feel the boss because he makes more money. I don't know if that's normal or not. I've never felt that way. I have felt like, hey, if I'm on the leading edge of success, you know, don't dumb me down, right? Don't take nothing away from me, but I'm not gonna minimize your ability to participate in our relationship and our decisions or anything because of the amount of money I make. But we do experience that from very strong, successful women. And it's not necessarily a bad thing. It may just come with the territory. Like, you know, once you become a boss on one level, you just, you know, it just evades all the rest of your life and your circumstances, and that's just who you are.
I mean, if you have a personality trait in your personal life, you're going to have the same personality trait in your professional life.
No. There's natural and adaptive behavioral style. You go to work and you're the boss. How can you get off work 10, 12 hours every single day for your whole life and not be the boss when you get off?
It's easy.
I mean, it may be for some, but most people can't make the distinction.
Here's the thing. Most people who are in those so-called power roles in their professional life like to be handled in their personal lives.
It sounds like somebody trying to teach it.
Oh yeah, I know this type of female. Hey, that's the one that like.
I don't know them.
I'm trying to know them. Tell us about these women.
In the office, she want to be all little playing the paper and the pen. And then as soon as you get off the clock, she the same manager that like to get taken to bed.
Hey.
My bad, y'all.
Right. If I've had to go out as a female and be the boss for 10, 12 hours a day, when I come home, I don't want to have to decide nothing. I don't want to have to think about nothing. I want the head of my household to handle his business.
That's right. Bring that check home.
I'm tired of running shit.
I'll fix the dinner
I'm
and
tired of
wash the
running
clothes.
shit. You need to handle shit.
Bring that check home and come get in the bathtub, baby. That's all it's gonna take. And I'll take care of all the rest.
Smooth stuff already. He already ran her bath. All right, boo, come here. Let me holler at you right quick. We got attitude you had earlier on the phone. Let me talk to you.
Right.
You still got that little problem? You know what I'm saying? We still got that tone in your voice. You know what I'm saying, though, love? It's just that, again, not all women are like that, and not all women communicate that way. Not all women that are successful. But, I mean, Steve Harvey did make a whole movie after snitching on a lot of our playbooks, but there is that female that measures a man to a standard.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they just take away and they talk to a man. They talk down at a man. They think about putting a man down makes them stronger. One of them VH1, 7:30 in the morning, I'm independently liberated type females. You know what I'm saying? It's some Jessica Spano type females.
Yeah, and you know,
And they really talk down to the dude.
yeah, it is really more.
I just want to. Can you give me an example, like a real life example? I have to hear this.
See, it's let me just.
I want a real life example. I have to hear this.
Ball crap, I'm gonna let y'all throw y'all dirt out there.
I mean, I really can't put my finger on an example. It's not.
You can't make a statement like that and not be able to give me an example.
I have an answer.
I need supporting evidence.
Hold on. Aside from the expectation of the answer, there still is my answer. And my answer is that it's how people deliver the message. It's not the things and stuff. They talk down to you. How can you give an example of somebody talking down to you? People got bad attitudes. People they talk to you like, you know, your opinion doesn't matter and you can't decide what we have for dinner tonight. No, this is how we're gonna do it. This is what you're gonna do. You're gonna go and do this and you're gonna go and do that. It's a bossy type attitude. That's, you know what I'm saying? It comes down to, it could be anything from you didn't do this or you didn't do that.
I'm gonna have some fun because it has happened to me. And when it happened to me, I'm always been in the boss type position for a long time. But I met somebody that worked at CDC. She had a side business and she made $1 million something. So when I was sitting there and I was talking to her, we had a great conversation. But one of the things I noticed, she was very, very bossy and she was very direct on everything that she ever said. And we trying to have some fun.
Right.
And I noticed she was dictating everything. And it was like, okay, see, it'd be nice if we go on this trip because, you know, I need somebody to go on this trip with me. I ain't looking for you to pay for anything. I just need somebody to be with me. And it's like, hold on, who said I couldn't pay? So already I'm starting to feel a certain type of way. You know? So you just need me to be, what, just a bodyguard, you know? Because I can do way more for your body than what you think I can do. Because you don't really know me. Because you playing me like you playing somebody else now. But I'm going to let you keep on talking because, you know, one thing I do, you talking about Baruba and then these other places. I'm trying to tell them, so where are you going? So she kept talking and she was saying, I like these things done. But what happened, we just happened to go out to my car and I had a flat tire. I don't know what I ran over, had a flat tire. And she was like, oh my God, do I need a car? I said, no, you need to sit on my driver's side. And she said, and what? I said, and sit there and do whatever you do. I got this. She sat on my driver's side, went to the trunk. I got a full spare. Changed the tire.
Right.
She's sitting on the phone talking to somebody. By the time she got off the phone, I was done with the tire. She says, you really don't got to call somebody for that? I said, that's the difference between always having help and understanding what I can do.
Right.
I can do way more than just dictate to somebody else. I can actually do.
Right.
She said, I ain't used to this. So she sat on the other side and we ride. She said, I would have had to call my brother, my father. I said, well, you were the real man. You ain't got to call nobody, sweetie. You just sit like I told you before. And I got this. Because some people got to be handled. And then it became an open dialogue where it wasn't about power and money. It was about, I just want to be next to you, boo. She got more humble.
Right.
Can you bring that out of her? If you can't, don't be mad at the beast because the beast gonna give you what the beast gonna do. Because you can't take it.
If it's too much woman, walk away.
And listen, I would imagine you as a woman deal with that all the time. Having to check men, right?
Why she laughing?
Yeah, having to check men, right?
Yeah, however she wants to. Girl. I got you, girl.
I'm sure. Hey, listen.
I just served it to you. I bet you like it.
Yeah. Hey, listen, it is break time, folks. We gotta.
He's talking like IHOP.
We gotta.
I serve burgers now.
It's all right.
Hey, listen, Jamal, we gotta ride for this break, man. But you can stick around, man. We'd love to have you if you got some time. In fact, I never told you, but what we're talking about tonight is your friends with benefits just recorded you giving oral sex, and later on, the two of you are watching the video, and as soon as y'all's clip end, her and somebody else's clip jumps in. My question is, what are you gonna do?
I might bust in a drum depending on the day difference.
Hey, hold on. Hold the thought.
If it's a week difference, hey,
hold the thought.
If it's 2 hours,
hey, hold the thought.
I don't even have to.
Let's take a break. We'll be right back, folks, with more Bar Talk with Jay right after this.
Jamal is doing the most today.
I'm sure there was a lot of value in that last segment. And that ought to stir up a couple of rooms in the country, right?
If it don't, I don't know what to tell anybody. But I will say, we're going to see if we can get Jamal back on because he has some things he wanted to say about it on this whole topic.
Yeah.
And again, I wasn't able to get my boy Jeffrey on because again, that man right there, depending on his day, he changes my whole life. Right. Jeffrey, well, that's my man. But again, show goes on.
Here we go.
And one of the things I will always tell y'all, these topics is not to make y'all frown. Because again, I got some people to be like, man, why you gotta be graphic? My whole thing is not about being graphic, it's about being more transparent about what goes on. Because we trying to get that conversation to make everybody come together and to make sure we stay whole. And I don't think that's what happens today because right now, I like to say we are hearing a lot of things that is not bringing us close. It's really dividing, okay? And I won't mention somebody else. I'm just saying divide is not the answer. It's coming back whole without throwing names out there. How about what we can do? There's one person that outstanding right now, did great things. Name don't even need to be mentioned. Why can't that be you? Why can't it be you, me, and everybody else? Because that's the platform we have. Don't go to the highest valley and expect change. Start it right there with you. Your community is where everything starts.
Yeah.
But everybody wants to go to the top. Don't go by celebrities. Don't go by the fact that they're willing to do. But what are you willing to do? Don't let nobody else fight your battle. It's time for us to come together and do what's right. And I like to say, AP.
Yes, sir.
It takes strong people to do that. And it's not about a powerful woman. It's about a good woman, period.
Yeah.
So everybody wants to say, it's not always about money. How about I'm not willing to put up with no bull?
Right.
And men, same thing. Quit putting up with bull. And let's get what you got.
Ball, the Cornball would have listened to the show and they wouldn't have picked up no game.
Okay, help them out.
You got a beautiful woman like AP telling you, the more power she got in the office, the less powerful she want to be in the house. So that means you should be the one bringing that thunder when she getting off work. Listen to how you supposed to play the game. Cornball, if your ear ain't tuned in, you ain't peeping it. When a woman tell you she like it like this, it's your job to give that right amount of force. You got to do that thing where she don't have to ask, but you just say, baby, I made that already. What? Even that is a certain amount of thunder.
Thank you.
When you say, baby, I ran that bath water for you, go ahead and be back out here in 25 minutes.
There you go.
And you put a time frame on it. Right. And now she back out there in 24 already oiled and leather. It's a way that you got to do that thing right. That tell you how you supposed to do it. There's a way of her just laying in the bed and rolling over versus you putting her on the couch and you opening her legs and she got that little shocked look on her face and she go, baby, what you doing? And you go, hey, sit back, don't talk, lay back. And she just do it. Cornball, if you do it right, tonight you should have a good night. You call back in next week and tell me how you do it. You know what I'm saying? There should be some happy females in that line. Because if you really play it, you should just have her listen to the show right now. And then while you listen to the show, you should be, but matter of fact, don't do that because she's going to be thinking about me if you do that. But nonetheless, though, you're supposed to go by here and put a little focus into it, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that was a lot.
We get it.
All I can say is wow.
That was a lot.
If she's thinking about me, I ain't mad. But I'm talking with Jay, I ain't mad. Again, I like the words that Jamal gave you because one of the things I like is getting in tune to your girl.
Yeah.
Like she said, she at work, she already dominating. She got to do what she got to do. When she get home, she want to be treated differently. If you understand her, you would do it naturally. Most people that I talk to, I learn. Everybody you can't treat the same. Just because they have the same look don't mean they're the same person.
Right.
That's that prejudgment. Stop that. That's a cornball move. How about asking her? Don't ever treat her like somebody else. talk to her.
Talk to her.
She'll talk back. And when she tells you some things, if you listen and you repeat, and she know you listen, she might give you a treat. Now, I ain't saying you're a dog, but I'm going to tell you I like doggy bones. And when I tell you I like to snack, I'm going to tell you what I snack on.
Right.
But y'all don't know nothing about that because, again, half y'all cornballs. Listen to your women, cater to your women. I ain't saying cater for the negative reasons. Cater because that's what you chose to be with. And if you ain't going to cater to them, then why are you with her?
Right.
So understand the one you with, because she can understand you, and y'all can make a unity, and that right there is powerful.
Yeah.
And
Let's have Jamal to answer the question for tonight. You started on an answer, and we're all very interested in hearing your opinion. So your friend, your significant other, with benefits, your wife, just recorded you giving oral sex. Now you're watching back the video. At the end of the video, it moves to another clip where they're giving somebody else oral sex. What do you do?
Okay. Now Bone knows I found myself in this position a couple of times.
Okay.
And as a wise man once told me, delete the video, delete the video, delete the video.
Okay.
Yeah. So I like memories. So I like what I like. But I would recommend delete the video. You can't get caught up like that.
Delete the video.
Now I'm a grown and I'm a teen, so I like to watch. I'm going to enjoy it. That's another 10 cornballs that I'm gonna give y'all at the end of the night, I promise. But it can get you in trouble. And I mean, it can get you in a lot of trouble if you get caught and she swipe up and look at the information details and see that the date she was with her was like maybe 2 or 3 days. That could get real.
Yeah.
You don't get in trouble. Delete the video. Delete the video.
So
obviously, the answer is delete the video.
Wow.
So how would you respond? What would you do? You watching the video?
Delete the video. Listen, if I got caught with it at that point, you just got to take that L. You can't deny. Now, if you don't have tattoos on your arm or on your back, then men, you might be able to say, hey, it wasn't me. If you can clearly see that you're not in the mirror, in the reflection, then hey, you might be able to say it's not even me. If you're in the video and you're not making the normal sounds that you make with the other party, that you're doing with this party, hey, you might be able to say it's not me. However,
it's you. It's you.
You in the, I promise you, if you go, now whose is it? Whose is it? And your woman say, yeah, you was asking me that last night. Who? You caught. If she could see your tattoo on your forearm or something, you caught. You just gonna have to eat that one. Like, just, if you got the video, you caught. And I promise you, she might not even bring it up to you when she see the video. She gonna bring it up to you a week later when she was waiting for you to mess up. That was a trump card that she held for about 2 months.
Right.
And just waiting to go. So you really want to act like I don't have a video and you messing with that other girl?
Yeah. Listen,
what video, baby?
I want you to put yourself on the victim side of this equation, right? So you and your lady, laying there watching the video of the two of you, and then next thing you know, the video comes on of her with someone else.
Hey.
How do you respond? What are you gonna do?
I'm checking first thing first. I'm not insecure. I already know when I go down on my woman, when I go in my woman, I'm not doubting if I'm stretching her walls out. I know she fit me perfectly. Cornballs. See, it's not to say I'm the biggest man in the world, but it's to know that level of confidence. If you don't have that level of confidence with your own woman, then that's how she becomes somebody else's woman. So, Cornballs ain't great, then you become great. All right? So, I mean, insecure, you're not going to insecure me on that. That's first thing first.
So, you're going to take the L.
It's like, hey, babe, you can't slide that video. Let me see that. I might just watch the video with you. And then I'm going to swipe up and I'm going to see the details and go, hey, you want to explain to me why this was 2 weeks ago? Or, dang girl, you was free 3 years ago before you met me. It's one or the other. Either she learned some stuff and you can say thank you, or what you've been doing. But you might as well watch the video And listen, this. Now, if she go in the video and you thought she was my best friend, if she say that, well then yeah, bro, you the cornball. You got played. If she go, I never knew nobody like you, Taiwan, and Taiwan was 3 inches ago, yeah, suck it the hell up.
Okay, that's what you would do. You suck it up.
Bro, we as a grown, consenting adults.
Okay.
Do she really want to know everything I've done with every female?
Of course not.
Then I really don't care to know what she's done since she lost her virginity on prom night. As long as you're not doing it while you in a relationship with me, I don't care. And another thing, if we is not in a relationship, that ain't my business. I can't check you.
Right. That's what we looking for right there.
If you are not my girlfriend, I can not like something all I want to, but I can't tell you you're not such and such.
Right.
If I hit it more than 3 times, on the other hand, I'm going to tell you I don't share.
Right.
3 times together, we go together.
No, we don't.
Hey, AP will disagree with that. 3 times we don't go together.
No, that just means I like having sex with you.
I mean, you finally hit the right spot.
Right. That just means I like how you do what you do.
I got 3 times in one night. I didn't mean it like that. I'm just saying after a couple of,
we know what you mean.
I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah.
I know exactly
We know what you mean.
Oh, yeah.
So listen, it is time for us.
Cornball will really be like 3 times. You said 3 times, girl. Remember that time when I went down and you went down to the 3rd time? So we gonna get no, it don't work like that. Right. I'm saying she gotta call you over and fight with you at least 3 times in a month before you can say that's yours. Is what I'm saying.
Okay. Well, all right. Listen, folks, it's time for us to take another break. I hate to break up the movement, but we got to get on a path of paying bills.
People. So again, if y'all out there right now, y'all got comments, again, I know a lot of y'all can just call in. So I want y'all to definitely go to Facebook. Give me your comments, because one of the things, this is a conversation we really want y'all to have around the table with the ones you love in a way that you can better receive what goes on. Our conversation might be a little bit more in tune to what we go through, but it's not just for us, it's about you.
Right.
Now, with me, I'm going to break this all the way down. And I ain't gonna let nobody pose the question to me. I'm just gonna say it to myself. If it happened to me, I have to look 3 different ways. First way is a smash. A person that I'm just with and I just got with her and we did this and I look and I see something like this. It's nothing for me to say because I had no dialogue with her.
Right.
And just because we made a video don't give me the rights to be able to say anything to her because I ain't went no further. Then made that video. That's my own thing. Chomp it up. It is what it is. You can even call me a cornball because technically I didn't have a conversation to exclusively put myself in position no matter if I swipe up, down, or left or right. I have to watch or not watch. But that is a choice that you might want to make. But comment and all the rest, you might want to hold some things. Secondly, is a person that you had a conversation but you're not in a serious relationship. Now at that point, I might be like, hey, cool, wait, I ain't know you was all like this. But it can open a dialogue to understand that person a little bit better. Now it's up to you. You can take it and use it as something as wow, I'm gonna hold this against the person. I really feel like holding things is a control mechanism. I don't care to control nobody. I would rather better understand them. If that's a freaky side and I got one, we're gonna match ties, okay? That's just me. I like to find out what she really like, and I like to play chess, and I like to play a game that I can win. Now that's my woman, my girl, and I didn't know it, and she accidentally recorded over her or somebody else. Oh, game over. I'm table flipping. Listen, I ain't the violentest person in the world, but emotions take over. Let me tell you, that's my girl. And then my girl with somebody else while I'm with her, and we doing all the things that she like, and I'm giving all of me. don't ever get it twisted. I'm gonna move on. But you act like I ain't got feelings? Oh, I got feelings. Oh, I'm flipping stuff. And I'm gonna let her know.
Furniture gonna be moved.
Oh, it's gonna first moving things is. I don't even want her to think I'm gonna be sitting there like, oh, really? It's just like, no, it ain't. No, because she means something dear to me. Let me tell you something. No one I ever hated in life. No one I could ever hate. Not least I love. Because if you do something to me, I promise you, I really don't think I can really hate you if I don't know you.
Right.
The only people who can really touch me is the person that know me. Because that person, I would expect them never to do that.
Right.
Because I would never do it to you. So that's where the hate comes from. So it's almost out of love.
Right.
So when I love you and I gave all to you and then this is what I get, it's a form of betrayal. That deception leads to a feeling of hate. But you really still love me. It's just I never thought you would do me this way. So again, I would only say, delete. Listen, everything ain't for you to keep.
That's right.
Okay? So if you had something before the person you was with, and we all had that, okay?
We all had that.
My whole thing is, why are you holding on to it?
Right.
I held on to some old stuff. Right, but hold on. I held on to some old stuff. Why are you holding on? You trying to remember what you should already. If you can't, stop smoking. If you can't, find memory pills. But what you don't need to
Hold on,
do,
Jamal. Hold on.
Come back.
no, what you don't need to do is hold on to what you know good and well that's gonna fry your behind. Every freaking thing your behind did, you don't remember, that's your own freaking problem. Let it go. Let it go. TKO, baby. TKO. Let it go. And realize you gonna be that same person that holds something. It can't be for your boys. You can't show your boys everything you do. And if you do, I'm ashamed of you. Because the bottom thing I can always tell you, you gonna be the beast that you always gonna be. It ain't about what you can prove on tape. It's what you can prove to her, not to anybody else. We gotta stop pleasing others and understand self. Because I promise you, if you putting it down the right way, I promise you, you don't have to ever show me a tape. Your girl gonna be smiling every time she around you. That is the man. That's all I'm saying.
Now we gotta put game in it, because my info we need to teach them
Okay,
is how to actually do your woman right.
talk to me.
Now, there is a way. It's not just one stroke that's going to do you right. It's not one position that's going to. And if anybody ever told you that, it's a lie. A woman can go, and as long as, she done did her part, she satisfied you, hey, she can walk away. Not that she wants to. And she can. Once you get yours and not even get hurt in time that. And fellas, if you think that is okay, you already caught that. Sight, sound, smell, touch, taste. Those the 5 love languages, which is the 5 basic senses have. The way she looks, sight. When you look at your woman with those goofy eyes, when you let her know, not just that you're pretty, but woman, you sexy as hell with whatever she wears.
Okay.
I don't care if she wearing your t-shirt and nothing underneath. Woman, you so sexy to me. Now you got a little something in there. Smell, baby, that perfume. It smells so good in the room, baby. What you do? All these things are precursors. Sound. What is she listening to? Me, it's a little trick that I do, but I'm ego-based, and most men ain't built for this. You got to have a certain level of arrogance and a certain level of inches to back up this type of behavior. But when you could look at your woman and you can say, I want you to love the look of it, the smell of it when you put it in your hands. Baby, listen to my voice the entire time that you lay your head back. I want you to think of me even when you at work. And just, and you just got to hear my voice again. When you got that level of game with it, that she can love the stick as well as the rapping for the stick. Now you in there some type of way. You just can't put it in and think that's all. No, love her taste. And if you don't understand what I mean, then you really are a cornball. If you got to take her to the bathroom to go with her and do that thing out together, well then y'all do that.
Okay.
But you better love her taste. You know what I'm saying? You better love her look, her sound, her smell.
Yeah, I like
and
those.
once you get all that, you know what I'm saying? Once you hear that certain oomph in her voice, when she shake a little bit, when she started speaking in tongues and the whole bed start moving to the other side of the room, that's when you did your job. When she bite her lip or cross them legs or try to climb up the wall and turn into Spider-Woman on you, that's when you're doing your job. Until then, you ain't nothing. If the woman you deal with don't get turned on by your voice when a man speak, then she ain't never felt the real man, bruh. And that means you ain't the real man. I'm not saying sex is your manhood, but it's a way that when you enter the woman, when you enter how she give you a whole nother type of love, and you don't even know about that. That's that, baby, we pulling over right here type, you know what I'm saying? Hey, Pete, tell them about it, girl, I got you. Come on. You see that smirk? Hey,
that's great dialogue, man, and I think a lot of people will grow from that. Again, I wouldn't have been the one who wanted to say it, but I'm glad it got said.
Here's the thing. One thing that I do like about Jamal is that he gives real world situations. He gives real world examples. Too many times people talk around a topic, and because people hear from their point of view, they can take the same story, and however many people you got in the room is how many different versions you take away from that story.
Absolutely.
So when you give a real world situation, everybody leaves the room knowing exactly what the hell you was talking about.
And again, one of the things we want y'all to always understand is to have a dialogue that you can understand, that you can grow from.
Yes.
I mean, it's not about us. I mean, Jamal is giving his soul, his heart. One thing about AP, thug life, she gonna give hers. And again, she's gonna bring a side that's not a soft side. One of the things I didn't pick AP. AP came, and she gravitated to me because she was a corporate strong woman that I don't really hear from as much. So the feminine, okay, I just love you and all the rest is what I normally hear through social media. That's not the media that I ever want to cast. I want to cast what the other people want to hear. And that's why I feel like bring another side that I like to say that's my thug life side, where a lot of women be like, well, she a little, something, but you a little soft. She might be a little hard, but understand, and that causes that dialogue that I want. Because if they too much like you, you won't change you.
Right.
I don't want just like you. Craftmatic is not like me. I'm not like Craftmatic. AP is not like me. I don't want the same, or I won't get a chemistry. I reflect on this show about what y'all said. I have problems in my own relationship. There's nothing better than to hear a different verdict and a different side, for I can realize, something? There's another way of looking at it. Growth amongst the show.
You remember that? You remember that time long time ago? Where I had walked in the room long time ago. And old girl was like, "Oh, well, he do it too nice. I want it on the pool table. I want." You know what I'm saying? You remember long time ago?
Long. I remember. I do.
You know what I'm saying? Every woman ain't built the same, so every dude can't deliver the same. Sorry, brief commercial break. AP, that curves on that dress that you are wearing literally got me hypnotized. I don't know whether to keep talking or just imagine in my head every dimple on that. Anyway, fellas, learn how to say them little things to your woman in between conversations and just put that smile on her face and just let her know that she's desirable at any point of the day. See, there's a strategy to it. As long as she knows that she's on your mind, she can smile when she looks at you.
I like that.
If you can't get a smile out her face, you can't get a moistness in her garden, is what I'm telling you.
Right. That's
real talk.
That's real talk.
Real talk compared to just feeling like you got to just beat it up. It's a mental game, gentlemen.
No, beating it up. Oh my God. Okay. I joke
game.
about this Americans versus people from the islands. Americans, when they dance or when the girls twerk, their backs move back and forth. When a girl from the islands or from the motherland dance, it looks like their hips are in orbit. It's a different way of structuring. Young boys, they just want to beat it up and pound. Nah, little boy, you don't even know what it is to say to a woman, baby, I want you to fit me. I want your walls to gravitate and craft to me. You know what I'm saying, baby? I want to make... If you don't know how to say them types of things or talk them types of things, you don't even know how to get the party started before you put your hand down there. She needs to fall in love with your voice. Cornball, take your girl out with somebody else. Go out with your friend and another couple and kind of have fun conversation and see what she's open to in different range. I promise you, if you can stimulate a woman's mind mentally, physically, you have no idea the bounds that she will do for you. A woman will always out-freak a man any day of the week. Period. You're not even going to debate it.
Right.
But it's how to get a woman to that point. And if you can't talk her into it, you can't get her there. See, before there was all that, the 50 Shades of Grey, there's the Zane Sex Chronicles, there's certain books that a woman read before she even got to Cornballs. Talk to her. It will stimulate her vastly. Talking to her during sex will also bring you a whole lot of points in there. Because now you're letting her fall in love with your voice, as well as the feeling, as well as the touch. This is how you stroke your woman.
Right.
Versus letting your woman just be done with you. Man, Cornball, this how I take your girl. Don't stroke her. I got her.
Okay.
I got you.
And I'm going to help y'all get your girl back. Because one of the things about the stroking and the rest, I will say it's a mental game. It is all day long.
Yeah.
But if she really up there, she feel like she don't know what she doing, because I've ran into them. And like, I want to do something to please you, and I don't know how to please you. When she's sitting there on top of you and she's saying that to you, and I'm going to tell y'all this right now, I'm about to give up the biggest game all day. I got my boy Lyle, Makeup and More in the building. Lyle could tell me this man is a model. This man does Bronner Brothers shows. This man done many, many things, but he's still a man. Craftmatic is a man sitting next to me. Jamal sitting on the other side of me, a younger version. Y'all can't tell me this might not happen to you, but this should definitely be true. If she on top of you and she act like she don't know what to do, it only costs $2. You get her ass a hula hoop, and you put that around her while she on top of you, and I promise you, you can change the game when she can understand how to keep it up and keep your attention. Now,
that's a major feat right there. But listen,
If you gonna tell them like that, just tell them like this. If your girl is on top, there's a way you drive the ship. You gotta let her ride, but you're driving the ship, okay? Right. This is what you do. When her knees are down, you need to have your hand at 10 o'clock and 3 o'clock on her hips. You understand? And at
I'm gonna keep the hoop
at 3, you need to use your thumb to the inside on the V line of her hips. And your other both fingers should be towards the hips, gripping towards as close to them hind parts as possible. And when you rub it while she is on top, driving that ship, you're trying to shift all her juices to the center. X marks the spot. When you help drive them juices down, you're helping please her towards a state of orgasm. Now, as you continue to let her ride, you need to ease your back and let her grind and squeeze it all out. Grip your hand around her throat and let her go. She will do the rest.
Okay.
Sit there. My bad. Hey,
Jamal is like the black male version of Dr. Ruth.
No, this is 50 Shades of Grey. I'm trying to give y'all the simple version of how to do it.
Yeah.
I said the hula hoop. To all y'all that don't know what Jamal just said, your cornballs. I'm just telling you, he gave you the simple breakdown on how to. It's the difference between coming to orgasm. And if you don't know the difference, orgasm is when you did your job completely. Or orgasm can happen just because she was just getting hers. But when you complete the job, I'm telling you, she'll come back for more. That's a shaken, uncontrollable situation that you will always want. So again, what he's telling you is to change the game, and this is something that I ain't gonna really thought I would be on the show telling you, but it's something that we don't talk about. We really don't, because again, we have to make sure we have a better understanding of you in the relationship of the one you're with. Because if you do not please her like this.
Right.
Somebody like him
Right.
will get her,
Right.
and she will not come back
Right.
ever.
Right.
And I don't want that. My whole thing is to teach and not preach, but this is to really get you to understand there's a lot of things in life that we don't talk about. Parents don't always break this all the way down. I want to make sure we have a conversation to make you have a better understanding. Sex is very powerful, and if we use it in the right way, we can gravitate to each other and become whole, because we are kings and queens. It's not to be given out, and it's never about a hoe or a thought. That's not on my show. That's not on anybody's show. And the things that I've been hearing, I don't like. But what I do like is to treat a person appropriately, into a way that she want to gravitate and change for the positive.
Right.
And that's what I'm trying to do. Not just the hula hoop, but to keep the hula hoop up.
All right.
Understand gravitation.
All
And
right.
can you get with the pool?
And y'all hold on. We're going to be right back
I love it.
right after this.
More. So again, if y'all don't know him, this man does a little bit of it all, man. Bronner Brothers Show down there, and everybody know about it. Bronner Brothers Show. That's just one of the many things. Makeup, Mac, products. His man been doing this thing for a long time. Now he's in the modeling. He's in the plays. I'm telling you, this person is doing amazing, amazing grace. This dude is what I like to say is a great dude.
Yeah.
Why I bring him? Because he can make you look better than you ever can make yourself. That's right. You can look at yourself and you can say, can I put it on right? This person specializes in making you look good.
Yeah.
Now again, I don't know too many guys that can do this. And one of the people I can recommend, and I've watched him do it on my show, and before this cosmetology class, this man taught folks how to do it. So this ain't no amateur. Education is a must. But he's educated. Now, one thing I can help you with, he can not just show you, he can teach you.
There you go.
I endorse this man.
There you go.
He on my show. He's sitting in the background, so please, don't just let the nice face fool you. You can't tell his age because he know how to keep himself up. So let him show you how to keep yourself up as well.
There you go.
That's my boy.
There you go.
Now, back to this topic because this is a little bit nastier.
Last segment was kind of hot.
Well, last segment was just nasty. What I can tell you is, I didn't mean it to be that way. So again, with the young people who might have been listening, is not to offend ever. One of the things about that, make sure you're of age to come to that. I'm just one of the things I gotta say because I never know who's listening
That
and what.
was extreme.
So we went to extreme,
Right.
but make sure you're in a position to do the extreme. I can't push this off on a younger person, being honest. This is one of the things that I want to make sure you in tune to yourself. Okay? Because happiness starts with you. And to do these things that we were talking about, I want to make sure we're of age and we understand ourselves before we start experimenting and then using this as an excuse. That's why I said this is a round table meeting. If I can't keep it real with you, then why am I bringing it? Because again, this is why ain't nobody else is teaching it and talking about it. Let's bring it in a respectful manner,
Right.
and keep it in a controlled manner. Because again, we are starting to do some things that I like to say I'm not with.
So watch this.
What's that?
And this is just attempt to turn the corner on the subject.
Turn it.
What about your significant others? Gifts from their ex. You know, maybe her
Teddy
her
bear.
favorite sweater is the one that her ex gave her, or maybe her favorite purse. How about old lingerie?
What do you mean old? Why you giving us old? Why ain't new?
What I'm saying is
He
that
kept the stuff she wore way back then.
nah, she wearing.
She probably way ain't fitted then.
No,
'Cause I'm gonna make her
what
big.
he's saying is your girl.
I know.
Okay.
I know. I gotta play them off. But again, I'm like this. Inappropriate gifts is always lingerie. Because to me, if you are ex and you respect the fact that she's gone, and you want to send her a card for a birthday, or send her something in general stuff, I'm never gonna be a jealous
No,
kind of
I'm
dude.
talking about she had this lingerie for like 5-6 years, and you came in the picture, and now she wearing it for you. Like, do you have a problem with that? Is there an
You
issue
ain't
with
wearing
that?
it for me. I'm gonna tell you this
That's
right
the
now.
question I had.
No. You got it twisted. Listen
Okay,
to me.
now I'm talking. Now some fire in the room,
No,
right?
it's past 5. Listen,
She ain't gonna be able to.
if you and this man had anything going,
Right.
okay, and me and you got something going now, don't bring something in of something else.
What you mean?
Listen, it's
Hold on.
It's women that out here that's got draws that's 7 years
Hold
old.
on.
So I gotta throw out all my draws
Hold on,
because
listen.
you don't want to.
Girl.
You don't get out of here with that.
Girl, I'm
bullshit.
telling you right now.
Oh my
Those
God.
7-year draws that you wear, I know
Lord
about your 7-year draws.
Jesus.
Don't let this nigga send you some new shit
Watch out.
that he held on to.
That's
Because
not
it's the
what
difference.
he's saying. What he's saying is, okay, let's say.
Hold on, I'm
let's-
going back to
Hold
something
on.
different.
Hold on. Let her have a table.
What he is asking you is if you and your chick that y'all been
I
casually
understand
dating, and then all of a sudden y'all decide y'all gonna be together.
Mhm.
Well, the dude before you, let's say he bought her some La Perla lingerie,
Okay.
and she wears that for you.
She gonna mile it.
Right.
I don't care.
That's what he's
Oh, no.
saying.
I'm
You just
saying-
said she
no.
ain't throwing all her
If he
stuff.
said
He must. He
Right.
didn't hear the question.
I took it like
I'm gonna say
he just sent it back.
No, we're talking about old
No.
sex toys, old gifts from exes,
No,
old
no, hold on. When you
lingerie,
say
old
old
pictures. We're talking about people that. Listen,
No.
here's the subject for tonight.
No.
Your friend with benefits just
I ain't
recorded.
doing my callback.
I don't want to be. Man, you look good in that shit. Oh, yeah. Now hold on. Now he just giving it out his closet, giving it back. That's where I feel like hell. No,
We're not talking about that. We're talking about
that's
how
what I'm
you deal.
saying.
Listen, here's the subject. Your friends with benefits or a significant other just
Right.
recorded you giving oral sex.
that.
All right. So now you're watching the video, and all of a sudden, the old video come on of your spouse, significant other having sex with somebody else. Right.
Right.
She kept that tape.
Oh well.
Right. She kept that tape. She also kept the old lingerie. She also kept the toys. She also kept the old necklace. She also kept the favorite sweater.
Okay.
She kept all that stuff. And now, that's her favorite stuff. But she's with you now.
Now, and I'm gonna tell you right now. It can be right. It shouldn't be a favorite, but the bottom
What
line
you
is.
mean? If that sweater make my
That's
titties
the
look
point.
nice, then that sweater make my titties
Hold
look
on, no,
nice,
what's
and
gonna
I
be-
like that sweater.
My whole thing is, it
Right.
should be about you feel good about being with me. So it ain't about the.
It ain't about the sweater.
There you go.
So
So
why
if
you-
you
why you
wear
match
it,
with
it
the
doesn't
sweater?
matter. But if you gotta sit here and tell me that he got, see, that's where it comes to the divide.
Well, you
My
just
whole
gonna
thing
figure
is-
that out. She probably ain't gonna throw it in
No,
your face.
and I don't want to. My whole thing is, if he bought something, she got it, and she want to keep it, she can have it.
Thank you.
My whole thing is, I don't feel like she has to exterminate everything that he did. No,
Right.
because that's my insecurities. I don't
Thank you.
want my insecurities to
Thank
be
you.
her
Thank you.
downfall.
Thank
My
you.
whole thing is to grow. As in, you know something? I'm with you now, and if she's still thinking of him, that's her.
Mm-hmm.
But my whole problem is if he's bringing something back. And that's why I was first hearing you saying he's
Oh,
giving
yeah,
an old gift. You see what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
So now it's her birthday and he's having to give a gift.
Mhm.
And the gift is old lingerie.
Mm-hmm.
Inappropriate.
Oh, yeah, that's an
And the only thing you're trying to do is cause mischief.
Right.
I don't care for that. But
Yeah,
what
we
I'm
got
saying to her is if she got some stuff that he might have bought that I wouldn't know about and she want to feel good for me, listen, where do you? Because the
Okay.
bottom line is, doesn't matter what he did.
Right.
It's about how you feel.
Yeah.
Right.
Because when he did it, it was for him to feel good.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously that didn't work out.
Now she can use what
To
he
me,
did to
right.
make you
If
feel
she
good.
can, great. And if she don't want to, because I love nudity, okay? She don't gotta wear nothing. You come out that bathroom with a towel on, I am ready for you. If you ain't understanding your woman, I'm the one of the people that, you want to wear lingerie for me? Wear it while you cook for me, okay? Now my kids
That's a
gone because
great point.
rock be at crib. So when
That's a
kids
great
gone,
point.
you wear it where I'm not expecting it, because I promise you, what I want from you, God bless you with, and it wasn't clothes. And I'm trying to tell you all day long, you won't need them where we're going. But I promise you, before we get there, it's enticing.
So you made it clear. You don't have any problem with your ex's gifts from her ex, or your girl's gifts from her ex. You don't
And I
have no
think
problem with
that
that.
it's a safe statement that if you do, you need to deal with you.
Oh,
That's a you issue.
Right.
Lyle got something.
That's a
Now,
you
it's
issue.
only a few. And you say it's a certain sweater, a certain whatever
Yeah,
that you
yeah,
really
yeah.
like. But only a few. It can't be a whole bunch of stuff because then he ain't really, that ex ain't really left. She got too many memories that she hanging on to.
Too many memories that he hanging on to. That's exactly right.
No,
Yeah, and listen, if you
I mean,
Who
we
you
might have
thinking
been
about
rich.
when that sweater?
Yeah,
Who you thinking about when that
listen,
sweater
if you move from the
I'm
baller
not
to
thinking
the
about
non-baller, you probably got a whole lot of stuff he
yeah,
gave you.
yeah.
And he can't, your new man
She look like she used to
might not be able to buy you the stilettos.
That's what I'm
and,
saying.
you
Like,
know what
you
I'm saying?
can't quantify. Like, if a dude was just tricking and he was just tricking, you can't get upset at your girl because she had a dude that was tricking. Like, that's just. Don't be a hater. Don't be a hater.
AP got a lot of gifts.
That's
She just trying to tell you, can you hold on?
That's some bitch
and be
male
strong?
shit. Don't be a hater.
Oh.
Like, don't be a hater.
Oh, no.
Don't hate.
Ain't letting
Don't
go
hate.
shit.
Like, unless you getting ready to replace all that you see, keep. Hey. Do this.
She said be equal.
Hey, listen, the shoe works both ways.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? It works on both feet. You know what I mean? And you know, the question is when your man
I
take
promise-
you out,
I promise
you know, the
you don't
suit
wanna
he
go
wearing, his ex bought him for his birthday.
No.
And you ain't got no problem with
Praise
that,
be to
right?
Jesus. She
Hey.
took you to
That-
Ben's
no,
warehouse.
no,
and-
see.
No,
Got
she
you
took
a
you
suit.
to Maggiano's.
What if she got a really good best suit?
And I
Yeah,
You
see,
with
now,
that?
you already hating. You talk about
No,
being warehouse.
I
You
was-
saw what she went, bro. You
Like,
saw what she
I
went.
was genuine. No, I was actually being genuine. I was
No,
like, good for
no.
her. She got
Hold
you
on.
a suit. Like,
Let-
nobody's hating
let-
on that.
No, let me go
No,
back to
seriously,
AP.
no.
Nah, I'm gonna go back to AP.
Time, like seriously, time
Wow.
out.
Right.
Because what I get tired of, what is a pet peeve of mine as a strong black woman, is to have a conversation and it be misconceived. Don't let your feelings get in the way. I was being genuine when I
Right.
said I commend her. She got you a suit. Like that's
Okay,
what's
well,
up.
we don't give no pennies to Men's Warehouse. What about Macy's? You know what I'm saying?
Whatever.
You know?
And that was the
But
first
listen,
story
but
that
that's
popped
the-
into
but
my
that's the
mind.
first
I
thing
don't
that
shop
popped
for
in
men's
our mind.
suits. I date men for ass suits. So I don't know
That's
where
the
men
first
get
thing that popped in
their
our mind.
AP.
Wow, she
I'm
put us.
gonna go back to AP.
She put us in the mall.
No,
We
AP
brought them
said,
all.
I date men that got 'em. So what I would say to AP, and I definitely feel it because again, you know, we all have been in relationships and we've been very blessed.
Right.
I've been married for a very long time, and one of the things I would tell anybody, my ex-wife bought half of my clothes, and I got 3 closets, and I ain't gonna describe my house,
Right.
but I got 3 closets of clothes that was bought. So if a person came in and told me, you gonna get rid of everything she ever bought because I am new,
Right.
I will automatically say, you better be on a very high platform because it wasn't just clothes, it was suits and because again, I always dress to impress
Right.
because I appreciated the woman I was with.
Right.
So we went and bought different things, and then she bought things because after she seen my likes, she continued.
Right.
So my closets are plentiful
Right.
of stuff that a lot of people will be like, man, you got designer this, that, and the other. I understand where it came from. And I ain't tripping. But I'll tell somebody also, out of respect. But if they can't respect the fact that I'm upfront, then I will have to have a different conversation. Because again, don't come here
Right.
thinking you gonna change
Right.
what don't need to be changed. I got past what you might be feeling, but you feel like I gotta get rid of everything because your insecurities,
Right.
because of what you got rid of a couple of
So-
teddy bears. I got $1,000 suits.
Suits,
Let me
right.
tell you something.
Right.
You can't compete with
Right.
your teddy bear and your little lingerie outfit
Right.
that you want to impress me with when I got, I don't know, I'll probably say
Right.
$50-something thousand worth of clothes.
Right.
But she was with me. That's my money. But you gonna look at her. She bought.
So
You
here's-
ain't feeling me.
Listen, so here's the distinction in the conversation. There's some things you can keep, and there's some things you gotta get rid of.
Right.
The old videos, you gotta get rid of, right? Old pictures, you gotta get rid of.
I mean, same thing, bro.
What about cards? What about
No, I mean, if I got a picture that I look cute in, I'm not getting rid of that picture. Like,
I mean,
that's the advantage.
if you been over with that cute look,
Like, oh, that bitch was killing it that day. I got to keep this.
you saw I was killing it.
Yeah, no, I agree.
It depends on what the circumstance is. My whole thing is, you gotta look at what it is. My whole thing is, and I'm just like this. Get confident in yourself.
Check your insecurities.
Because if you confident in yourself,
Right.
all right,
Right.
not to say things is not inappropriate. If
Or
you
just-
got inappropriate pictures of you naked with him and
Right.
doing certain things, that's inappropriate.
That's
And
different.
you don't hold on
You
talking
gotta get
about,
rid of
well, this is before you and this and that, because to
Right.
me you being real ignorant.
Yeah.
Now, respectfully, classy pictures, clothes, y'all here, there, and y'all got memories, and especially if y'all got kids or whatever. I feel like
Right.
just hold on and check your feelings.
Yeah.
But when you're talking about a person holding on to things that you know good and well they shouldn't because it's lingerie and they specifically pose with them and the rest,
Right.
you are being a little ignorant of another person's feeling. Now, if you that way, stay by your damn self or get back with him. But when you
Right.
are with a real person, then have a better understanding and let them know, hey, you know something? There's certain things that people have bought me. I hope you comfortable with this. And it's a conversation. And of course they should be like, whatever, because there's things people bought me. Guess what? It's a dialogue. We good. But to watch it in a video, okay, and this is a video that she kept because she wanted to, and then she recorded you on top of it, but it didn't go that long because you was happy that day. and all of a sudden, his video started up. You know, yeah. You can't really be mad because that video was only 5 minutes. In 2, yours is done. But his had 3 more seconds. Yo, I can understand why you mad. It wasn't your best day. You should have recorded it. Because I'm going to tell you this, and this is how I really feel. I'm not quick about recording anything I do. My mind ain't that bad.
Yeah.
The most important thing is anything I want to forget is meant for me to forget. Things that I want to record should be things that I should never want to forget. My kids, their special day,
Right.
my grandkids. But when it comes to me and what I can do, I don't really think I need to record. She might in her mind.
Right.
Because she might want to take that with her, because who's to say she gonna be the last one with that recording? Because I can tell you, I blew a lot of people's minds, but I don't got it on recording. It's not necessary, and I don't have to prove it to the world.
Right.
There's a lot of videos that a lot of people regret
Yeah.
that's out
That's
there.
out there.
That's
Yeah.
right.
But I tell you
We'll get
what,
in
if
trouble.
I left something in your mind, that's no regret. She kept it.
Yeah.
Because I left an impression.
Right.
It's called a fossil. Okay? 20 years or better, baby.
Right.
But guess what? It's in her mind.
Right.
It's not in the world to see. And that's where it should be.
That's what it
Because the
should
bottom line is, y'all have that conversation. She can have that little sidebar. You remember, isn't it? And if we was spark, but it's just between us.
Right.
But when it's video and it's evidence, that's something, to me, you might want to question. I don't feel like everything is to be video
It ain't right.
and everything is to be kept. But some people feel like they got to have a trophy case. But I'm asking people that does this, what and who are you proving to? Because to me, who all you been with is for you. It ain't never been for me. I've never really cared to watch a whole lot of somebody else.
Right.
Now some freaky stuff I did learn.
Right.
And video porn, I'm gonna give y'all right now. If y'all on there, I ain't seen y'all because I did watch some things.
Porn is very informative.
Very informative, but it ain't something I have to have.
No. Oh.
Because I'm at this point, if I don't know it, I'm good for it. That's just that simple. But the bottom line to me is people did different things. Everything ain't for everybody, and then you don't want everybody to see what you do. So watch your recordings, watch what you do,
Right.
and then understand why you do. My whole thing is if you ain't getting paid for it, because like most porn stars, they get paid. So a lot of amateurs just do. My whole thing is watch all what you do, because there's a lot of amateurs that I've watched that ain't never got paid, and they ain't never was good. Because I promise you, I looked at myself.
Yeah, we're talking about, you know.
Some people are just exhibitionists.
In a
Well, they
relationship.
is.
We're talking about a relationship.
They could have kept it to themselves. I watched a lot of people didn't know what they were doing.
Yeah, they doing it for each
They doing
other.
it for them.
I don't know what they did. They didn't have to do it at all.
They ain't doing. I'm telling you, they ain't doing it for you. They
I can tell.
Yeah, they
I'm telling you, I
They
watched
said they were
it.
bad.
They was terrible.
You were the last person on
No,
the
No, I wasn't the whole thing. I wasn't the
Listen,
last.
we're not talking about, you know, porn and amateur.
Oh, my
We're
bad,
talking
my
about
bad.
people in relationships. You know, we're
Oh,
talking about
okay.
people trying to.
No, they was in a
together.
relationship, but they look bad. I don't even know why they together.
It was a short-term relationship.
It was, yeah, it should have been. The video didn't last long. I was like, amateur minute. 1.4 minutes, what the hell?
I think the consensus here is that you got to throw the video away. You got to get rid of those risque pictures. You got to get rid of those, at least the physical memories. You know, take a snapshot of it in your mind, and you can keep it in your mental vault forever. But it offends those who you might be looking to have a relationship with.
Or keep the ones that you with.
I mean, there's an app for that. You can lock those things away.
Yeah, that's a very good point. There's a whole nother world
Really?
now where you can hide those,
AP?
you can hide
Really?
those things
Show them how to keep them behind.
behind.
Right, okay.
You can hide them behind the
Everybody
screen.
knows keep safe. Keep safe is one of
Yeah.
the places.
I work in IT.
Little black box, boy.
Yeah. Keep safe. You gotta have a code that like that safe.
You just gotta make sure that you can hold on to that for 20 or 30 years. And you know, and probably the best thing could happen to you is you forget your own password and never able to get into it again. But you know, if you leaning on those memories 5-10 years later, something is royally wrong
Not really,
today
because
in
you
your
know,
current
you
relationship.
delete it. It's
No,
in the
it's
cloud,
in the good old
right?
days.
When you go back to it, long you remember that code word,
It's in the cloud.
it come back.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna tell y'all something.
I
IT
never
ain't no
had
joke.
interest in
Yeah.
watching
I'm
myself.
in it.
I ain't gonna lie, I ain't have a lot of interest, but I got a lot of pictures. I'm just saying.
You need to get an external hard drive.
What you talking about? No, I don't need external
What's it
nothing.
called?
I got
What's it
external
called?
memory.
What's it called?
External hard
Oh
drive.
my
What is for
God.
our audience? What is that, Ms. AP? What is an external hard
External
drive?
hard drive is just a place where you can store certain things, and then you can
Off of your computer.
right off your computer.
There
And
you
it's
go.
bigger than a thumb drive. It
listen,
usually hold a terabyte.
Yeah, hard drive. You can get a lot on there. Though.
You can, but you can
I
hold
got
a
1,000
terabyte.
songs on mine.
And I'm gonna tell you something. When I got this, listen,
Watch out.
that ain't for everybody. And all I can tell y'all, I got 2 of those. Ain't nothing on.
Yeah.
Just remember, I have 2 of those. Everything ain't to be kept. I got them because I wanted to save. And then when I started dealing with people that touched my heart, I realized, why am I saving? I wanted to hold on to something that I didn't realize there's somebody that's going to give me something more than what I want to hold on to.
Right.
Sometimes we hold on to what comforted us, but we don't understand what other people can do for us.
And you know what, Jay?
It's
That's
different.
that's a great point. You know, if you're in a relationship and you're holding on to these memories, those memories could be taking up some portion of your capacity to fully love the person you're with,
This is true.
and fully be with the one that you're with. So you know, the universe hates a vacuum. My teacher used to always say, if you want a new wardrobe, empty out your closet, and it will show up. So there's a right time. You know, there's a time to get rid of stuff. Perhaps there's a time to keep it. Most importantly is keep it out of your partner's way, and it'll be less of a problem. But if it gets in the way, if I see a video, it's gonna be some deep explanation, and I will sit and listen. If I'm loving her, if I'm caring for her, I'll sit and listen to the explanation. But if we've been in this thing a long time and you still got that around, what is understood need not be explained. And I would leave it at that.
Well, we'll go ask one more person. AP, what's your feelings about watching your man, bigger?
I mean, again, I think it would really depend on the time frame of the video, and it depends on who this person is to me. If that's my maintenance man, then he's just doing what he's supposed to do.
Right.
But if that's my dude and we've been rocking for a while, and the date on that video is, you know,
Inside of
inside of that time frame, then yeah, we gon'
Have some conversation.
yeah.
I like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's the least. Yeah.
Yeah, we gonna have
Okay.
a conversation.
Hey, Pete, you have both.
Do I have both?
You said one was a maintenance man.
Come on.
You said one was
We-
a maintenance
we-
man.
we
One was
got
a
live.
real dude. I'm just wondering.
Now
if you have both.
come to the mic.
Oh, yeah.
How you feel
Oh,
about it?
we've learned that over the last few weeks.
So if
Oh yeah, y'all.
so I
heard about
I'm very
some-
open about the fact that I date openly. So like I date casually. So and I'm very upfront about that. Like when I'm dating a dude, you know, if he gets to, I'm like, yeah, I'm just keeping this light and fluffy. Like I got shit going on right
Right,
now.
fluffy, we like that.
Yeah, I got shit going on right now. But if you get to a point where like if I'm with the dude, like I'm with that dude. Like I put people in boxes.
Maintenance man at the time.
I put him on ice. Like we have a formal
Right,
conversation.
right.
Yeah, we'll definitely have like, hey, you know, I got a dude now,
Right.
so you know, just hit me up if your number changes. You know.
So yeah, back later, you got that new number.
If you don't work out,
Right.
I don't want to miss a beat.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, because when you get used to a certain level of
Fluffiness.
Satisfaction.
yeah, I mean, when you used to A quality trim, you hold on to that number, right?
We know about A1 sauce, girl.
We
know about A1 sauce.
1862. Yes.
Girl, it's been made a long time.
Yes.
And the sauce stay thick for a reason.
Yes, it does.
I think we are just
Boy,
about
What you saying,
We got now come to the mic. What you feel about this whole conversation,
Man,
man?
look, I'm trying to be a public figure, man. Y'all talking about too much sex with me over here on this show. But no, it's good. I like the way y'all go all the way in, and then Jay brings it back to the reality and all of that. So, but man, the main thing of teaching her, you killed me with the hula hoop. I don't know, that might be a lot of advance for her at that time, but she don't know what's going on. So I like what my boy said. I don't know how
Hold
to
the hip.
fingers, but I think it's the hip in the front. And if you got big hands like me, you all you gotta do. That's all you do. I rest my case.
Okay.
Just a little vibration.
There you go. Now,
Alright.
the reason why I brought the hula hoop is again, it's like what my boy just said. There's a lot of times where you can grab a person and they ain't understanding.
Right.
But one young lady told me a long time ago, if you know how to keep it up, you know how to keep it up.
Oh.
So my whole thing is, if she can do that, why she keeping it up? She can keep it up. Now listen,
Watch out.
that right there could be a little bit perverted.
No, I got a question. I got one
It's
question.
time
though.
for that. What?
When these girls, oh my God, we see all the videos, we in the strip clubs, all this kind of stuff, right? Those chicks that twerk, can they really bounce it like that when it's going down from a real man who got something?
Now I'm gonna tell you all this long. I'm gonna tell you just the best I can tell you.
Because they be showing out.
Right.
And I'll be like, y'all ain't gonna be doing that when it's game time.
Well, I'm gonna tell you like this. This is the best I can tell you. I met a person that told me later on that there was a nympho, but they didn't want to tell me that on the upfront. And she said, I ain't want to scare you away.
So, girl, what you talking about?
First of all, yeah, you can't scare what you don't even understand. So aggression meets aggression. So to me, she ran into some people in her past that she was reluctant to tell her sexual origin. And I understand it. Because it ain't for everybody. And I always felt like in craft setting, everybody can't handle
Everything.
the truth. So again, you might be reluctant to tell it. So she was able to feel that I made her feel comfortable to tell me. Now what she didn't know, that this dude here, Bartok with Jay,
Yeah.
let me tell you, come up in my arena and we gonna play for real. And we played all night long. And let me tell you, and this ain't for jokes, this is for real. I meet aggression with aggression. I won't tell you no lie and tell you I'm a freak. I won't tell you I'm a nympho. I'm gonna tell you I meet a person to the degree of what they meet me. I can't tell you I can do everything with everybody. I don't. It's a chemistry. So if a person brings a good chemistry to me, I can match it because it's off of me. And that's what people don't understand about when it comes to sex is like they want to brag, but they can't do it with everyone. So my whole thing is, when she said it to me, we had chemistry, and I matched it. It's easy to match when she didn't even know what I had. She didn't know me like that. So quit judging. But I was happy she was open. Don't open your eyes without opening your heart. And that's what happens. A lot of people got a big vision of what they just have, but they don't open their heart to what they can receive. It's a backwards connotation.
Scared to open up the heart. They can do the sex all day
my whole
long.
thing is, if you're going to do one thing and you ain't doing the other thing, then that's where lostness comes from. My whole thing is, take your time. I ain't saying open up to everyone.
Right, because that's when you start putting people in categories.
And that's when you miss out.
Right.
But my whole thing is to calm down, open your ears, enter their brain, and then you can open your heart to what you better understand. The problem is the twerking ain't gonna open you up. But if you get the rest of it together, it will help you out.
Okay.
Because then it will work for you where that hula hoop won't fall through.
My black and white answer is that.
All I'm talking about is the bounce, bro. You gave me a long explanation. I want to know about the bounce, bro.
Half get it done, the other half.
That ain't no bounce.
Shit.
Ain't no last calls here.
Bar Talk with Jay.